Hi, I would like to introduce myself as well as introduce the two partner organizations that have joined forces to make this course a reality. My name is Krista and I am your facilitator for this course. I've been working in the mental health system for the past 10 years, specifically working with families. But my journey into the mental health system began much earlier. When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and my family was taught not to have very much hope for my future. They were told that I had a lifelong mental illness, I would need to be on medication for my whole life, I would probably need to be on a disability pension, and that they would always have to be on guard for a psychiatric episode, even with the medication. Not very hope-filled. I was affected, of course, by all of this, but deep in my heart, I knew that no one could predict my future like that. And so I railed against the psychiatric system, which created a relational environment in my home that was difficult. So I feel I have a first-hand understanding of the kinds of things families go through when psychiatric labeling, what gets called mental illness, is affecting the family. I also have a professional background and have been blessed to have worked with people from around the world through the International Network Towards Alternatives in Recovery, as well as the International Initiative for Mental Health Leadership. And through these organizations, I have met incredibly passionate people many of whom have also recovered from labels of schizophrenia, bipolar, anxiety disorders, and who work to change the system so that the system becomes more recovery-oriented and more responsive to healing the whole person. When I started doing family recovery education, I tried to find resources or existing programs that were out there that I could build on. And it was very difficult because while there were lots of education groups for families, they were all based in the medical model. So often I would see curriculum that said, you know, what is schizophrenia? What are the symptoms of schizophrenia? What are the medications used to treat schizophrenia? The kind of work that I wanted to see was work that helped families to be in relationship with their relative and to see their relative through the hard times and help themselves. I came across the work of Karen Baker of the Family Outreach and Response Program, who was just starting to develop recovery education groups for families. So that is to teach families that recovery does happen and what is recovery, and as a system, what is recovery. And it was such a great fit. So I eventually worked with the Family Outreach and Response Program in Toronto and continued to develop curriculum. We spent years together honing the curriculum and running groups for families, teaching them about the key concepts of recovery, barriers to recovery, cognitive behavior therapy skills, ways that they can manage their own dark emotions in relation to what was happening in their family, alternative approaches to healing. Mother Bear Community Action Network is an organization in North Carolina that's an international recovery-oriented network of families dedicated to supporting each other through recovery education, family-led support communities, and access to recovery resources that enable all family members to thrive. Family Outreach and Response Program is a nonprofit charity serving families in Toronto, Canada. Family Outreach and Response Program is a leader in understanding, implementation, and promotion of mental health recovery principles. Their goal is to improve the quality of life of people experiencing mental health distress by strengthening the support system through offering recovery programs. Both organizations share the values of recovery is not only possible, it is absolutely expected. Emotional distress has many causes and many possible solutions. All family members deserve support and education for managing their own emotional distress. Individual and family empowerment are essential for recovery. Families with honest education and support can play a powerful role in recovery. The role of medication should be carefully considered, including documented studies of risks. Recovery is a universal human experience that requires patience, hope, and encouragement. All families should be treated equitably regardless of class, race, culture, religion, and sexual diversity. Right about the time that these two organizations met, I was feeling a really strong urge to bring this body of family mental health recovery curriculum to the internet. I myself have benefited greatly from many online supportive communities, and I knew that it could be a great opportunity for the families that we serve to be able to access this material regardless of geography. And so with the support of Family Outreach and Response Program in Toronto and Mother Bear Community Action Network in North Carolina, PracticeRecovery.com was born, and this course is now being developed and offered to you. I hope that you enjoy your time in this course and that you find it challenging, hopeful, insightful, and useful. Thank you for being here.